Welcome back. This is Copa America, Season 3. Both of these players have already qualified. This is the first qualifier. They are playing out a placement series. It's the last best of 3 we cast tonight. And, well, let's hop into the intros. Spawning up here at the top left corner of the map, it's going to be the red Zerg player from Dolly, Erik.
Huh. In the bottom right, is the blue Protoss. It's a Desrow.
It wasn't until I zoomed in here on the little icon, the decal, that Dolly was like the like something you roll things on, not like a little girl doll, Dolly, whatever.
It's like this guy, right? He looks like a skater with his fist up and his clothes. The hat's a little weird, but whatever. But instead of a skateboard, it's a dolly.
It's like an Avillo hat.
It is. That's what I was thinking, yo. I think it's actually his hair.
What's going on here?
Ooh, but seriously, a dolly? Do you ever read that, or watch the anime, I guess, or read the manga? Like, what was it? It was like Air Gear or something?
I loved Air. Oh, don't even.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just calm down. Anyways, I really liked it until it got like way too like, I don't know, you know.
Dude, because that was like right around when I played Jet Set Radio, right? And then I see.
Oh yeah, that would have been right.
I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this is my jam.
But like people made roller skating cool. Erik made roller skating cool. So like these guys trying to make like, I don't know, like dolly riding cool.
God, you know the intro for Erik too. It was like so good.
Okay.
I'm not even. I'm not streaming right now. I can go back and listen to this just while we're casting.
Such a weeaboo. Oh my god. Yo, I loved the second sister. I just like her haircut. Like a crush. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, that girl with pink hair was like so cute.
Yeah, the second sister. One with the short hair? No. Yeah, whatever.
Shut up, Fear Dragon. No one cares this 3 hash. I was talking about the girl with the pink hair who was like
Simka.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember why I remember. Like, I haven't read that in so long.
She was like not really the bad guy, but kind of like.
Oh, I hated that chick, yo. Because I always like, I get attached to like the people who are obviously gonna get together. So the main character and that shy girl, I was like, you're
like Air Regalia be damn. Like when she had her hair short, I was like, yeah.
Oh, she got her hair short?
Yeah,
she go like her now.
There was like, oh man, was it? There's like that one kid who was a guy but looked like a girl with the eye patch, right?
Yeah. No, I hated that. Oh my god, I hated that whole thing. But the second sister had short hair, and I liked her.
Like, okay, there's real gameplay going on, guys. As soon as it picks up, I promise you we'll focus on StarCraft2. But like, what's up with like Japan and doing things where like guys look like girls and girls look like guys? It's like the whole trap thing.
They're like, it's kind of like this really bad cycle, right? Where like manga and anime is being dictated by manga and anime fans. So you get more and more like sexualized people, like panty shots, like just really obnoxious stuff. That's like part of the reason why I stopped watching it, right? Because it just got really obnoxious. So like, you know, like girly boys are part of that. Scientific reasoning. You thought you were gonna get like a joke answer, and I'm like, no, this is actually the reason. Let me tell you.
I have to go into the door.
Okay.
So have fun actually casting now that there's actually stuff happening.
Well, he leaves. It was a 3 hatchet for a pool. Desrow did scout it, but there was really nothing a lot he could do, right? Because he didn't forge fast expand. In fact, I don't think he has been forge fast expanding. I don't know, it's the second time we've seen him play a PvZ. But King Sejong, we've been seeing a lot of Stargate openers, actually. Well, last time we saw Desrow, he didn't actually do it on this map. We've been seeing a lot of players go for the Stargate opener into that Void Ray composition we were talking about a couple series back. Just seems to work out really well. Throw down 1, maybe even 2 more Stargates. We saw somebody do that once. I think it was Pig Baby, actually. And it works out fairly well, especially against swarm hosts. But I don't really want to go into that until it's actually the case. And if it is, then it's a really cool like thing that happens. But Erik could just well be going for Roach Hydra, and Desrow actually goes for a very, very fast third. I mean, like, that's 6-minute third. Like, geez. But, you know, what is Erik going to do about it? He's about to lose a queen. Yeah, he's definitely going to lose his queen. Yeah, he might lose another queen, too, here. Another Stalker's joining up. I think he kind of overestimated how much Desrow is actually going to commit to this. Well, that's 2 queens down. A lot of droning time just gone. And now, like, does Erik even know? He sees the third go down. So he knows it's there, but what is he going to do about it? He has no speed. He's not going to have, like, a bunch of slowlings either. They're going to be kited all day about these, well, I guess one Stalker died. And now it's just going to be like, okay, greed versus greed, macro versus macro. And for the most part, you know, in any matchup, Protoss just aren't very comfortable with that. I mean, I think we found the real reason why Protoss versus Protoss just ends before like 10 minutes. They know that if Protoss gets into the late game, it's just too hard to beat. I'm kidding. Going up with a wall as well. I mean, this Nexus is actually done. It's 7:45, and the third Nexus is done. The Militia Core is still way far away, so it won't be able to get the overcharge, but he doesn't really need it. There's slow lings. Like, how scary is that? Not very. Guys, we're getting a forge as well, a couple more gateways too. Shaping up pretty nicely, but honestly, just really... Oh. Ew. Okay, so Erik was going to go for a Roach Warren, and it seemed like he was setting up just for, like, a Roach Hydra attack, right? And then he cancels it. Now, he's known about the third this entire time, so that wasn't like oh, maybe he's going to all-in after this. No, he knew that wasn't going to happen. So I guess he just, like, decided on a whim to go for double upgrade Speedlings instead. Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, Vic.
Hi.
So that was a real awkward panda moment. The guy came to my door from Domino's, which I delivered from, to the wrong house. He was actually looking for my neighbor's house, even though my order was about to come right around now-ish. So it was not mine. But he came to my door, realized it's the wrong house, and then went next door. Ugh.
Oh, poor Rifkin. Well, nothing really has happened in this game, except that Desrow took a 6-minute third or something like that, so that was pretty cray-cray.
You know, it's good, actually, because I don't know if you referenced this. We saw Puck do that versus Scarlet a little while ago, and the earlier third on a map like Nimbus is not too different than an earlier third than a map like King Sejong, where this will really just allow Desrow to accelerate pretty fast. I mean, it's silly to phrase it like that, because it's still going to be a slow game. You know, try to max out 150, 200 before attacking, but... I mean, Erik, I like that he's capitalizing on this, knowing that it's going to be that slow game. It's been like, you know, instead of changing blow for blow in terms of army, they're changing blow for blow in terms of who can be, like, freaking greedier. Yeah. Oh, you did a 3-hatch? Well, let me go ahead and get, like, a 6-minute third nexus. So you got a third nexus, let me get a 4th hatchery. Oh, you're building probes? Let me build drones.
Yeah, exactly.
Lings were looking for the chance to get something done here, but sadly, as we see, really not a lot is going to get done. Stalkers, sentries, mothership cores, just all too much for just purely unupgraded Lings to deal with. But it's the follow-up that looks nice. Hydra Ling, not a terrible choice, but no good if he throws away all of his Lings.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to see what the, like, Erik is probably, I don't want to, like, knock on the first guy that we cast, but, right, he did the Ling Hydra thing and it didn't really work out. We're going to see what it's like with, you know, Erik showing us if he's going to go ahead and, like, counter, like, a multi-prong attack or just attack straight up, like, not try and dive. What, you know, we probably should have seen from that very first Zerg player we saw who did that Ling Hydra attack. Now, it's a little, like, oddly timed. Desrow is pushing out. It might be able to, like, snipe the 4th, the recall, before Erik can do anything about it. Or maybe he's just going to go for attack. Like, how many gateways is he on? I mean, 9 gateways. It's going to be, it's going to Blink Stalker attack.
Well, I kind of feel like he can kill this base pretty easily.
Yeah, that's gone, but Eric's got to prepare for the all-in. Like, he should actually give it up, honestly.
Well, so yeah, my question is, does Desrow pursue this attack and use the force fields against his opponent? Does he just full-on recall? I mean, okay, I kind of feel like sniping the base and the recall might be his best option, but...
Yeah, maybe lost his opportunity right now, as now the force field is just a little too far back.
He's also
and in fact, Erik...
I mean, he's still got a lot of energy, but bled out a couple there.
Yeah. I mean, 9 stalkers at a time, though. I mean, you start to push your Protoss back, and then the warp-ins happen.
Right, but I really like what Desrow's doing right now. He's very much on purpose not killing the hatchery, so he can use it as part of the, well, almost like an extra 2 force fields.
Yeah, that was always a big headache for the Zerg player, but that's I mean, he bled out a couple of Hydras, got some, you know, units of his own, so it wasn't like a, you know, a bad trade necessarily, but. Maybe if he had just given up the 4th, he could have lost absolutely nothing, and the counterattack might have been really strong. Because now his upgrades are finished. It's going to be 1-1, going on to 2-1 for his melee, which is a little odd, I feel. Because, like, how much is the melee really going to help out now? After your Ling Hydra attack that you're prepping for kind of got, like, you know, you're too busy defending their attack. So now it's not really going to be that crisp timing, so... I don't know.
I love this thing in chat, by the way, where Seabiscuit says, like, plot twist. The guy actually did have my pizza, and he wasn't looking for the wrong house. It just got too awkward, so he got out of there. I hope that's not the case.
Just comes back, rings the doorbell, leaves the pizza. He's like, nope, it's too awkward, can't do it. Don't even want to be paid.
Yo, I'll take awkward pizza if it means free pizza. I didn't even get pizza, by the way. I went, like, boneless chicken wings or whatever.
Oh, I was wondering when you were describing it. I was like, that sounds like a weird pizza.
Specialty chicken, crispy bacon.
I mean, people have gotten weird. Oh, you know, I told someone that my favorite pizza is mushroom and onion. It's actually chicken barbecue. Like, that stuff's delicious.
Oh, barbecue chicken is delicious. I don't like mushrooms, man, on anything, really.
Oh, I freaking love mushrooms and tomatoes.
And see, like, this is why we'd be better friends than, like, I guess, like, dating partners. Because, like, since we're friends, you can just have the stuff I don't want. I'll have the stuff you don't want. It, like, works out nicely, right? But if you're dating, you gotta like the same stuff. And you gotta like the same things. Like, well, no, I'm not just like food, but I mean, like, in general. It's like, we got so many things where, like, I like X, you like Y. It just works out perfect.
I didn't know that's how dating works. I'm doing it all wrong this entire time. Mute transition. Good idea. So far, we've seen Desrow just, the last UZ we saw took the Zerg down pretty darn fast.
I don't know. The mutas are, I don't think it's a bad idea. I like them for mobility's sake on this map, but there's not really a lot of upgrades in them. I mean, these aren't going to exactly bust in here and kill much more than probes. They're certainly not going to contest the stalker count.
Not yet. 16 at a time, rather alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Hydras, actually, it'll be a very good maneuver, but Desrow's going to have to be very careful not letting that happen. And, I don't think he's actually scouted the Spire, or if he saw the Spire, he thought it was maybe for disruptors.
Good force fields out of Desrow.
Yeah.
He's playing force field ninja here.
Yeah. Zealot's going towards the other fourth, the original fourth, too. It's probably going to get a cancel. Those mutas are heading towards Desrow's main now. Does he have a recall? Ooh, no, his militia corps with his army.
Awkward Colossus is awkward.
It's the militia corps as well. That foot overcharge is going to, it might deter the Zerg from this base, but not from another one.
He was going to lose that mothership core almost for sure no matter what. So, I mean, at least he got the overcharge off before going down. Canada's going to buy him some time for the Colossus, or not Colossus, but the Stalkers to get up here. And let's not forget, he's got Blink off and cooldown, so he can give chase to these if necessary.
Yeah, and Erik not really investing a whole lot more into these mutas. Oh, nope, there he goes, making 3 more right now, but he gets the hive, gets a lot more drones as well.
I think one of the biggest things, though, is it did draw Desrow back. Desrow was, putting pressure on that fourth. He was looking to possibly go for a kill move as the follow-up. There are no rocks here after all, but this is giving Erik the time to go for that hive tech, to get Vipers out. I mean, Hydra Ling is great. Hydra Ling, you throw a Viper in there to abduct, it's even better.
This Ling Hydra Force is still alive. Kind of forgot about that, not gonna lie. But it's here. It's ready. Definitely take down the third if, the old pincer or 1-2 punch. Going with the mutas. Going with the mutaling. Come on now.
I'm really hoping to see these, having a massive amount of stalkers like this is fantastic. Level 3 weapon upgrades. Good job. I'm clapping for a good reason, but Desert's not really making any use out of them. Like, I'd love to see 4 segmented off, sneak up north, and start picking off probes, or drones rather, or snuck this way. I mean, DTs are on the way, and I think that's what he's looking to do sneak attack damage with, but, I mean, the Stalkers have had a lot of potential, and he's not really used them at all.
These upgrades kicking in for the Lings now. I kind of questioned the +1 melee, but now as he's getting the +2, and if he gets Adrenal Glands as well, these Cracklings, they go through bases so quickly. I'm not going to take that fight. He actually might know with the force fields. Never mind. Pretty perfect, splitting up of his army for Desrow.
I agree, and Erik's been bleeding out a lot of mutas through this. I mean, 13 dead isn't devastating because he didn't start with 13, but it's still a lot dead.
The Ultra transition is always kind of weird. We're kind of not fans, I guess, like both of us, of tier 3 for Zerg at any point, honestly. But Blink Stalkers can be surprisingly good against Ultras, just because they can blink back, they actually deal extra damage, and Erik just doesn't have a lot of gas, so it's not going to be 6 Ultras popping out at once, surprising Desert. It's going to be 1 or 2. I don't know. Comes in here, actually doesn't want to take the fight, so he's going to give away his 4th. He has the other 4th coming up now, though, so his transfers his drones. A lot of upgrades are about to finish for Erik. If he can hold on, maybe... Oh, actually, he might just go for the full-on counters. His Hydras are also chasing the Lings, so it's going to be a full-on base trade.
Base trade hype! Lots of cannons coming down, but in pretty bad spots. These are going to be picked off right away. If Desrow wants any chance, the pylon's got to go down the main, of course. But, he's got this big bank set. These Stalkers aren't going to be able to contest this. The Lynx and Hydras, I got to feel like in a straight-up fight are going to win.
Can you please look at Desrow's main base? All of his, production structures are, powered by, one pylon.
Then he's got 40
all his
pylons
are in the back! Don't you die on me, Dark Shrine!
Oh, man. Well, Zombie, we're going to have to leave you to carry the rest of the game because I think my actual guy's here now.
Oh, thank you. As the action is actually happening, that's great. All right, so DTs are being warped in. I don't think Erik has actually noticed there are no Overseers on the map. That's no good because the lair's about to die. And if he doesn't have... Oh, he warps in 6 Overseers. Okay, he noticed. That's exactly what he needs to. Not just 1 or 2, a full 6. A couple pylons have gone down. He seriously could have shift-clicked and disabled everything on Desrow's base except that Dark Shrine, of course. Have to keep that, powered for no reason. But he does get out. Gets every single Nexus and leaves. He still has a hatchery. His hive is surprisingly still alive, but it will definitely be going down. The Ultra Transition might actually work out now, just because like Desrow's army is going to be so split up that if they catch like a couple of Stalkers or just the Colossus alone, they're actually pretty darn good. This one is actually not doing so well, but that's only because good positioning. Yo, Desrow's on 0 probes. Okay then. With no Nexus and 0 probes, it is actually just like he can't actually like. It's almost like he can't win. Like, he has to split up his army to both kill his opponent's base, but also make sure that his base doesn't die. He still does have a lot of structures, and it's only the mutas. I mean, there's still a lot of mutas, but it is only the mutas so far, like, you know, taking them down. So maybe not. Like, no, that was, again, Desrow very good with his, you know, choosing what army to attack where. Erik cannot take on a Blink Stalker army. Probably could have swapped. Yeah. Oh, the Overseer, please. You have, like, 6 Overseers. Why are you morphing another one? Yeah! They're all like hanging out the 4th, so useless. Please. 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 Oh, he's gonna be cleaned up. He's gonna take on the base. The Hive surprisingly still live. Maybe should have focus fired that with the Colossus, you know, because now it's getting down to a scenario where both players aren't gonna have hatcheries. Erik still has 9 drones, which he definitely should be morphing hatcheries around the base, because it's past that time where you're morphing like 60 spine crawlers trying to defend. Now you're just gonna build bases wherever you can. And of course, King Sejong, such a good map for this. You have so many positions that like it's just be so hard to find. Like the bottom left, like when is he gonna check that? He might still have sentries because he may be able to hallucinate a Phoenix and run around. But if not, like it's gonna be very difficult to find that. You know, he's 1 observer, 4 Dark Templar, and 37 Stalkers. That's all he has. Erik. Well, 26 mutas. Can't take on 37 Stalkers, but maybe with the Lings and the Hydras together, actually, I'm pretty confident that they can. The upgrades are also looking okay, honestly, preserved. 2/2/2, 1 flyer tech as well, and a 3/1 of Desrow. That hatchery obviously not going to really help out in terms of mining, but I think Erik knows that he's in a kind of like a scenario where it's kind of win now. If Desrow had enough money or had any probes, he would have probably already rebuilt a Nexus. So Erik knows, like, okay, I can still see all your stuff. You haven't built a Nexus, you probably don't have money. Or you don't have probes. So I already figured that one out. And now it just all depends on, like... Desrow's the one that's kind of, like, in checkmate here, right? Like, he's the one that has to move and take down a hatchery. And once he does that, mutas and Lings come on his arm, on his base. And kill everything there. So unless he, like, really raced against time... And it was literally like, you know, who can kill the last building first, which almost never goes in the favor of Protoss. Desrow's going to lose this one, for sure. And Burrow also really helping out here, too, with only 1 observer out in the field. Anytime anything's in any danger, just Burrow. All the Lings, he can probably save all of the Lings, all the Hydras.
Base trade hype?
Yeah, it's one of those base trades where, like, I'm pretty strongly in favor of the Zerg player, though.
Oh, Desrow lost all his probes. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Exactly, yeah.
Alex love this hatchery at the bottom left, even though he never lost his hive in the main.
Well, you know, you gotta prepare.
Yeah, save it, sorry. Erik, by the way, has about 400 minerals left in his main, but he's choosing to long distance mine.
No reason.
I mean, distance Blink Stalkers are good, and the retention on them is fantastic, but I don't think he can... If he... Because Des was a passive guy, right? Like, he's not the dagger, go for the kill move. And if he does, he loses everything to the mutas. So, you're right. Pretty sure this is going to be the Zerg player's game, but it's best of 3.
It's not even a qualifying match. So, if he does lose, it's kind of like, you know, I lost a guy that's not a pro game I've never heard of, but that's whatever. It's fine.
Well, he actually did ego. I mean, people like Desrow.
Maybe. But he did say that.
Players. I mean, come on. You can't. It's not something you can maybe about. I mean, a loss is a loss to most people, but a loss is pretty hard on like the really competitive ones.
Some players are better at it than others, but I was going to talk about how Desrow in the very beginning of this game said, like, I faced you a couple of times on ladder. Seemed, you know, fairly friendly with the guy. I didn't know you were from Brazil. Huh. Awkward Stalkers are awkward. That's the Reaper lift dummies, not the Stalker lift.
Stalkward.
No, that just sounds actually like really, really weird. Like, you're a stalker and you're weird. I'm Stalkward.
I didn't have many friends in high school. Okay,
Taking control of the Xel'Nagas is kind of like pointless at this point. You know, like that's one stalker. I know it's probably not gonna help, but Xel'Nagas not gonna help.
I mean, for Erik, like all he has to do is keep buying time, right? Like he's still got supply to work with. He can build more drones. He's not. I kind of wish he would. Like, what are you doing with 300 minerals right now, right? Desrow's observer sees that he's still mining those. So I mean, for Desrow, it's kind of like, why are you not tapping out here, buddy? Like, no disrespect to Desrow, but you see that base mining. You know, you can't leave your own. What are you gonna do? Just wait for Erik to max out?
Yeah. The only thing you could potentially be waiting for is Erik feeling a little too overconfident. You know, like, you know, maybe not overconfident either. Like either overconfident or impatient. Either one, and he attacks the Blink Stalkers. The Mutas still don't win with 24 to 36. So if that happens, maybe Desrow can win, and that's what you gotta like hold on to. But you know, that's like a hold on to like in the finals of like GSL, like not in the non-qualifying match of Copa America.
Right, like this is the match that matters the least. He's refighting Aspire. I mean, Erik is still getting units behind.
It is good practice. I mean, you as a Protoss, you actually find yourself in base race scenarios more than probably anyone else. Well, Zerg too, of course. But I mean, I guess it's good practice.
Well, here's the thing. I'll be the guy to go out on a limb and say, Desrow, you're wasting time. This is a huge, stupid waste of everybody's time. But at the same time, like if Desrow to win this is actually a really epic comeback to a game, once again, that doesn't really matter so much. I mean, it does matter for placement, and that could influence the way you go into the group stage and maybe determine how you do in Copa America. But for the purposes of this qualifier, they're both already qualified. So it's not as intense of a match as, say, like a GSL finals.
Yeah. Oh, trying to stop the Blink Stalker. Nope, maybe not. Maybe, okay then. Okie dokie then. He's still chipping away at the mutas, like, surprisingly well, right? Like, this is the scenario where Erik should be counterattacking, which he's finally doing, killing more buildings.
Oh, Desrow lost his only observer, so, yeah, he just burrow all day now.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before, too. Like, even with one observer, like, is it going to be in the perfect position every time? Probably not.
Please, burrow. Don't fight this. Yeah!
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yo, you know that song, Wiggle, Wiggle?
Yeah, wiggle.
I hate that song, first of all, but that totally fits the Hydralisk.
Yeah, when they're burrowing. Ultras are really cool because they're just like out of my way and like tunnel in with the geyser blades. Hydras are just kind of like, let me just awkwardly squeeze in right here.
Just make it nice and comfy, no big deal.
Yeah.
Just like, I like how we're both wiggling in our chair.
Yeah, like I noticed that on the camera too. Like, StarCraft and I are both like describing this. We're both like doing the like wiggle dance. We're so cool, man. I don't even sometimes.
God, okay.
Wiggle. So you can't really do anything with the Hydralisk, but this keeps a good chunk of Desert Stalkers kind of stuck elsewhere. Never for the rest of the game will he be able to fight with the full force of his Stalkers, which admittedly is a good amount of Stalkers, but not if he wants to keep these buildings alive.
You know, we've been kind of like harsh on Desrow, like, you know, like just GG already, but let's be a little bit harsh on Erik, right? Like, could you just end? Could you just
I don't think he can. I don't think he can with what he currently has. Is the thing. Like
he's not actually
gets moving forward.
He could actually just dive on the buildings. And he's actually protecting. He's protecting his side of the map. Like he doesn't want Desrow to kill his bases. That's why his mutas have been over there.
I don't think that's the case at all. I think he knows the Stalkers will like DPS the mutas when it goes for the dive. There's a lot of buildings left. This is hardly something you dive for like one pylon for, right? I mean, look how quickly the mutas are going down. It's level 3 weapon upgrades on the Stalkers. Dude. I don't think he could have died. But what the Hydras are doing are going to make it so he can. Does Desrow have any other pylons? No, it's all on the base. Look at this stupid pylon farm.
It never actually came like really into effect. He's going to lose everything in the space anyways, but still, like, what? What?
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yo, like, Desrow is bringing this back, like... No, he's not bringing it back. He's doing so well for what he has. Like, he's like, even with Burrow and no Observer, he's killing off the Hydras because they wiggle so darn slow. And he's taking up, like, a couple of pot shots of the mutas. And Erik, he is back up to 26 drones, but it's the best mining in the world. So surprising what you can do with just a couple of Blink Stalkers.
Like, I understand the logic of taking this base because it's got new mineral patches and all, but like, why didn't he just take his natural like a while ago when he had those minerals floating, right? Now he's putting that money he's been saving up slowly into more mutas, so making use of this. Would love, you know, he's got lots of much gas. Like, why not infestors, right?
How is like Desrow's like really good at this like army positioning, right? Like he's
He is.
he's
It's
not an
like blind.
observer.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like where I think in regular scenarios, like against a worse player, the mutas always find, the way to duck in and kill something and get out. They have actually not found it. So you're pretty right on that one. Like Desert's doing a really great job of not letting Erik dive in for free. If he dives in, it's always going to be under the protection of stalkers.
Well, here's what I think makes Desert good at predicting this, right? Like, I think he knows exactly in the shoes of his opponent, like, what would I do? He just saw my stalkers on the right. Obviously, he's going to go for the left, and that's what's letting Desert position so well. Not to mention always cycling out, like, one stalker here and there, but sadly, one stalker here and there is, like, a good chunk of his army, because he can't rebuild anything.
I'm not sure what Eric's waiting for. He rebuilt the Spire. He's droning. Why not build 6 more mutas right now? There you go. Yeah, see? Kind of boy. Dolly Erik. Don't understand that.
We didn't have swarm hosts this game.
No.
But here's correct. The dive. Here's the win. So
okay, finally catches them out of position. Okay, Desrow had to get impatient at some point or other because there's always at the Desrow to counterattack.
All right, game number 1 goes to Erik in this best of 3. Woo! Congratulations to him. And we'll see what map number 2 entails. It will be on Overgrowth, worth noting. It will be on Overgrowth. Man, I'm going to set my alarm right meow. 4 a.m., bright and early. Sheesh.
So it's at 10 a.m., right? Just kidding. No. I can't wait until we're, like, so tired. We're drunk, We're drunk off tiredness.
Those are fun moments.
Yeah, but only after 4 hours, just like, please kill me.
I'm super stoked for tomorrow's groups.
I'm super stoked. Well, you should be. You made a tournament. Just saying.
Well, okay, whatever. But it's more to the point that like Blythe, Littlebo, Daishi, DeMuslim, Vortex, Marine Lord, Hearthstone, Euthermal, 8 players, 2 groups.
Terrans.
Yes, that's my point. 4 Terrans.
Terran. Which just means that Group C and D are going to be Terran-less. Yeah. Ah, well. Still got Pig and Todd. It's pretty cool. Starbuck. Has he confirmed or denied that's from Balasar or just from Foo? I keep wanting to say Free Willy.
Yeah, the famous
other whale
Starbuck
movie.
From Free
the
Willy.
other whale movie. No, not the movie. The other whale book.
There was a book? Who read a book about Free Willy? You were probably literally the only person who read that book. And the author was like, oh my God.
No, not that. There's another book.
Soul.
There's not
Bless
another
this
book
child's soul.
besides the Free Willy book. There's the Free Willy movie, which everyone knows, and apparently Fear Dragon actually read it, but whatever, who cares?
Who cares?
But there's also a book with a whale.
And it's go back to being a silent observer, book. Man. Just like...
Oh my God, why can't I think of this right now? Oh my God. I'm just going to Google Starbuck. Okay, I get the coffee shop. This isn't helping. Moby Dick! Oh my God. Oh my dear God.
Is there a Mrs. Quay?
Anyways, but his name is also in Moby Dick, so confirm or deny. Battlestar Galactica, Moby Dick.
Fantastic. Cool. All right, great. We're waiting on the map here. Overgrowth. Number 2.
Free Willy, Moby Dick.
I'm just going to grab some food while we wait. Some BRB.
Did your pizza come? Yeah, it came. That's right. Go eat your pizza. All right. Were we supposed to make the lobby? Oh. Thank you. Moby Dick's like obsession and whatnot. Frame Willy. Haven't actually read it, but whatever. Why? You know, I'm watching the WEC cast, and it's making me rage because this guy is still using the default interface for observing. I didn't even notice. I thought maybe it was like a I don't know. My mind immediately went to like it's actually like him playing because the bar is down there. But then I saw like the upgrades and like that bubble image that they used to be in. It's like a bubble square. Ugh. Rifkin, Rip, and Pepperoni. Hey, this won't open. Oh, it's because it's in plastic still. Okay.
I did. I just sat down.
Hey, you want to hear something really funny, Rifkin?
What's up, Zombie Grub?
The WEC cast is still using the default casts observer.
Huh?
Still using the default interface for casting.
Okay.
Isn't that funny?
It is, because like
2000...
Husky's like the only other person who does that.
It's 2014.
The guy kills me too. It's like, Husky, how can you stand looking at the default UI?
Well, he did it for like 3 years, so longer than anyone else.
I was so happy to get rid of it when the option was there. Are we just going? Yo, I just said go. Oops. Hell. Bleh. All right, guys. Map number 3 or 2, Overgrowth. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back, guys, to Copa America. It is Season 3, currently going on right now. Announcer voice put to the side. We are currently game number 2 in this best of 3. Both these players have already qualified at this point if you're just joining us on the stream. Well, let's hop into the intro, shall we? Spawning in the bottom left corner of the map. Not a skateboard, not a bicycle, but a dolly representing the, represented by the red, or blue, wow, I can't even do this, blue Zerg player, Erik.
Good job.
I'm so hungry.
In the upper right, as the red Protoss, it's Desrow. And did you not eat? Didn't you get a slice of pizza?
I didn't get pizza. I told you.
I mean, chicken, whatever.
Yeah, I had like 2 little nuggets of chicken, then I ran right back to the computer. You see how big I am, right? Like 2 nuggets of chicken? Are you kidding me? That's like, did you smell your food? You still hungry? What the hell?
Okay.
That's right.
Anywho.
That's right. All right, so Erik may have looked to possibly do a hatchery block here, but Desert was already ready to meet him and shut this down, so should not happen, will not happen. Looks like that drone is getting dangerously low, but gets the Nexus down, does Desrow. So Erik will not be able to do too much off the back end of this, although I don't think he was really planning to, but for Desrow, of course, you're always kind of like, well, you know, that one guy did it versus Stork, chances are someone's trying to do it versus me.
Goes for the really greedy Nexus, though. I mean, it's a good thing he didn't let that hatchery block come down, right? Had no gateway. That would have sucked. Erik goes for normal. 15 pool, 15 hatch, big deal. That last game was just kind of funky, and Desrow was admitting his own mistakes right there in the chat.
Yeah, talking about how he felt like he had kind of thrown that game.
Yeah.
I don't really necessarily agree with that, but like PVZ does tend into base trades more often than most matchups, and
yes,
I think like you take any generic Protoss player, any generic Zerg player, they're both used to having played a base trade at some point. Desrow controlled his army really well towards the end of the game. I can't say that had he played like any better leading up to that, it would have been differently, but you know, he was so far across the map. When you go for the base trade, you're kind of dedicated to it. There's not a lot of like, okay, I started this base trade, but maybe I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I actually kind of forget how it started.
This is yeah, this is
Yeah, there's a lot of lings. Well, they're not actually speedlings, they're just lings.
That's fine
So
because
it's not
they'll do the damage.
No, right.
Mothership 4 is
Yeah.
not going to be on time for this. There is no Zealot just yet. I mean, there's going to be one, but 6 slowlings can actually beat out a Zealot. Desert can actually be in a lot of trouble. I got to tell you honestly, like, even without speed, with the Mothership Core being delayed the way it is, this natural base may go down. It's unlikely, but it will take.
Oh well, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I was gonna talk about how like there's no way he can block off his main wall. The pylon, I don't think actually maybe it does, but he's gonna fight it straight on. The Zealot comes out, takes a lot of damage before it goes down.
I think he should have just played Ring Around the Rosie on the Nexus, just kept running in circles.
I think he just went into the main, just shift click on the probes.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been bad either. Erik is trying to look to end this game though. I mean, still investing these lings, no gas.
22 lings? Why not just go for a speedling all in at this point? Like, right? I mean, if this was your plan, that is, why not just go for a speedling all in?
Yeah, it is a little bit perplexing, but I guess the thing is the Mothership Core can only be doing so much in one place at a time. Desrow does manage to get a wall down here, something that Erik does have to be aware of.
Yeah, there's no way he keeps it. Oh. There's just no way.
But here's the problem, like, the longer he waits, the sooner the overcharge will be available. These lings don't have a lot of health. I mean, this is...
Okay. He blocks up the main. This is
Got a force field too.
And now with the overcharge, he might be able to save that natural, and that's the most important thing. Like, without the wall at the main... If he overcharges one place, you just go the other place, obviously, right? So the fact that he's one off the main...
There's so many slowlings, like, holy cow!
Oh, yeah, actually, I don't think he's actually been able to take care of it. Maybe if he hadn't walled off, like a Zealot, a Sentry, maybe if they help, maybe a couple of probes, maybe if they help.
Still gonna go down, I don't know. I mean, certainly still have a lot of damage, but yeah, it's too many. Desert's Nexus will go down. This kind of works out for Erik, weirdly enough, in the end. Resources lost, not exactly in his favor, but not by much. His drone count's not horrible. It's not good, but it's not horrible. The speedling,
Interesting.
Still no speedlings, just slowlings, rather. I'm so used to saying speedlings at this point, but the Zerglings have no further potential at this point. So here he is with 27 Zerglings worth of supply, absolutely useless for the next 5 minutes of the game.
It's a very interesting game now. It's like it's the 3-gate expand for the Pro player, which Desrow, being a player from way back when, actually has some experience with. But now it's just like, okay, so Erik, he's getting gas now. He's going to get the speedlings. He's going to have the option of roaches eventually, although it will not be in a very good economy, so it won't be really, like, as good as it would be in a normal game, right? But does Desrow actually go for an attack? I mean, Warp Gate is finished. It would have been devastating if he had Warp Gate. Like, if that Cyber Export was at the front or something like that. Ooh. But, Warp Gate is finished. He could try some light aggression. He always has a recall. I'd figure why not? If you had a recall, you have 3 gateways. Try it? Maybe?
It's a strange situation to be in. We've seen speedling all-ins out of Koreans, out of Europeans, and out of amateurs, but, I mean, this is... slowlings. I mean, first time.
So many centuries. Oh, he's got to know an attack is coming. All right, 2 more gateways did go down for Desrow, so he's going up to a 5-gate +1 attack. No, 6-gate +1 attack.
If he dumps every bit of chrono he's got into this forge, I think he wins this game. If he hits at a timing with that +1, because that's going to be just too hard to deal with just lings. I mean, even with roaches coming out, even +1 zealots are really good against those. Yeah,
he just doesn't have enough economy to back it up. A lot of.
Well, I mean, Desmond's already got a pylon down here. He's got the probe down here still as well.
Yeah, it's going to attack so soon. I actually don't feel like great for Erik. But he has to know an attack is coming. I feel like with all those sentries, he saw late the gases were taken too, I suppose. And he just needs to get an overload in, because even if he doesn't know, maybe a little suspicion. A little suspicion never hurt anyone. Go ahead and scout. Because you just took it on a guy's Nexus. Like, what are his choices? Try and expand and macro out of it, which is like, okay, yeah, right. Or go for the all-in, which is a very common response. So just scout with an overlord. There it goes. Move it. Move.
Please.
Faster. It's going to take so long to see this. He's getting roaches. He's getting a couple of more drones, too. If he just gets 5 more drones and that's it, maybe he still holds. But he needs to make nothing but roaches now.
Well, the Lings trying to get in here. I mean, there's one Zealot at the door as we see 2 shots of Lings. Desert just needs to warp in a couple more. Is he actually going to bring units back home? I don't like this choice. Like, I feel like he needed to go. Because coming back, this actually lets him get out 4 to 8 more roaches. Everything he's going to need. I mean, yeah, you're squashing Lings, but that's it, right? Like, you're squashing Lings. Congratulations. Here's the Protoss of the Year award. Whereas if Desrow just gone, now there's going to be a lot of roaches waiting for him. Speed might potentially be done, depending on how long he hesitates to get across the map. That small attack at Erik, I think, provoked an overreaction at a Desrow in the return.
Yeah, and you know what? Desrow not really investing an all-in on this all-in. He's getting a blink. He's getting a robo. So I was thinking maybe like a follow-up of a +2 blink all-in, but then the robo goes down as well.
I think Erik might hold this. I mean, the spine claw's looking good.
Maybe.
There's so many
sentries.
Yeah.
The sentries, the force fields look good. Once the force fields run off, the sentries don't add any damage. I mean, really, it's kind of pitiful.
It's going to be odd to see. I mean, here comes the pylon on the front lines. He's got a couple of gateways to work with here.
Fight with the spine crawler. It's a little annoying. I mean, spine crawler, please.
Well, the force fields have been pretty good here, and he's been really making sure to check his range as he moves forward.
They have.
I kind of wish we'd just sit above the spine crawler, though, because there's only one queen.
You know, I don't think I'm going to flip-flop. I don't think Erik can hold it anymore. Maybe if they'd gotten entirely on top of that army immediately, different situation, but those force fields are really great, and they shaved off a ton from Erik's army, and if he just loses the game here, he probably loses the third.
Yeah, we're probably going to see what ends up happening on that last map of King Stage, where Desrow leaves the hatchery alive very much intentionally to keep just basically locking units out. Use it to complement the force fields. Desrow's force fields, I got to give him credit. I mean, these have been good in not just this game, but all day.
Yo, the Burrow's very intelligent here. Blink did finish up for Desrow, so he's using it very, very well, but he did get a robo, and he can get an observer out.
So he retains the roaches, which is okay. They'll pop out, maybe snipe off a sentry, re-burrow type thing, but the +1 weapons, or the +2 weapons even at this point, just aiding way too much. This third will go down, and well, the third might not mean the immediate death of Erik. His army's getting camped right now. He can't unburrow and leave.
Yeah, and this creep not really doing much for him. I'm surprised that Observer has not been made. Did he cancel the dose?
Oh, there's here. It's here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So it kills off the roaches. The army supply took a big dip here for Erik. Goes for a counterattack with some lanes. Not a horrible idea, but let's be honest, it's lanes. Level 2 weapon upgrades here for Desrow. Just going to chew through any amount of Zerglings. Continue to push forward here. Apply the all-in. Good pressure coming out of this. He's supply blocked a little bit because the pylon at the third goes down, but who cares? Drones are being pulled. Roaches are dying out. Desrow may not have Blink, and he might not have a lot of force fields left. Oh, he does have Blink, actually. Might not have a lot of force fields left, but he's still got more than enough to deal with these roaches.
Yeah. I feel like all-ins, like what Erik did, are just so hard to come back from unless you straight up kill the Protoss. Like, getting a Nexus, that's pretty darn good. That's a lot invested into an economy for Desrow, but you take out so much of your own economy, too. It almost never seems worth it. I suppose unless Desrow, didn't try and attack. You know, if Desrow just made the mistake of just being passive, maybe Erik actually bounces back, but you gotta expect the Protoss to at least try. You know, if it wasn't with the 6 gateways that he had, at least the 3, and I don't know. No, not a big fan of those. And especially not ling, speedling all in, just a slow ling all in. Okay. It's cool. I actually forget the third map. Third map, merry-go-round. Yep. I wonder if Erik does that again. He might have been riding a high from that last game, or maybe he didn't want to go into a base raid scenario again, so does end it early. He might be tired as well. But it would be pretty funny if he just he's already qualified. In terms of how great the seeding is going to be, you don't really know. You're the first qualifier. Maybe you can, on the qualifier number 4, you can kind of figure it out and be like, well, I think this goes here and this goes there. So if I get this placement, I get to face this guy. But, as the first qualifier, it's not going to happen. So does he, just want to end it quickly? Forget that base trade stuff that was way too stressful?
So I want to grab some food before the game began.
I saw. Yeah.
There we go. Merry-go-round will be map number 3, guys.
We just all join on Pedroka, and he's like, guys, this isn't even the right lobby. Okay, then. Rifkin, I'm so excited to try my face wash stuff today. Just gonna be all.
You're gonna
types
show
of
up tomorrow
beautiful.
morning. You're gonna look. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna be glowing.
You're gonna be like a K-pop star. I didn't get like all the 10 steps necessary for a Korean face wash, like regimen, because that's like so long. It takes so much time. Forget it. The eye makeup removal, the cleanse, the exfoliator, the refresher, the essence, the ampoule, the sheet mask, the eye cream, the moisturizer, and the night cream. Too many steps. That is a program I will not be completing.
You gotta make it sound like rehab, like the program.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to.
All right. Well, as it stands, guys, Mega Run will be the last map. We're just getting everyone here into the lobby. So just here. I would recommend mimicking something to the extent of what I said in Copa chat. Unless you want to be up till 9 p.m. and sleep for 2 hours, wake up at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever for Ultima League and our tournament. Zombie Grove.
Yeah, I know. I'm just,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Desrow-san. Desrow-sama. Desrow-senpai. Please ready up. There we go, ready here. Street Dragon host this time? Check.
Oh.
All right, well, we're going to hop into merry-go-round, guys. We'll see you here in just a sec for the last map of the night. Welcome back. This is Copa America. We're in game number 3. And this is the last map to be played tonight. This is, of course, the first qualifier in a series of 4. And both these players have already qualified. Desrow sending your program pretty early. Might be looking to do some shenanigans. We'll have to wait and see what his second building is. But knowing Desrow, this is more inclined to be a faster expanse. So let's just do these introductions and not panic, shall we? Spawning in the lower central portion of the map. Playing for Asus, Corsair, Shares for Gaming, and any others that sponsor him. It's the Red Protoss Desrow.
And in the upper right, how's the blue Zerg? It's Erik.
Erik. Of course, I've been casting all night. My name is Rifkin. Of course, you should know my partner in crime here, Zombie Grow, but he's been a little bit quiet and a little unseen. Much love goes out to Fear Dragon, the guy operating the camera and causing the sound issues. No, I'm just kidding. For you guys tonight. So much love goes to him, because without him, we would not be streaming tonight. So thank you again, Fear Dragon, for joining us.
Oh, look at Desrow being a little humble, saying he got lucky. As I recall, he actually beat Puck really convincingly, like a 3-1. So I don't know if he got lucky, bro. I think that was just skill.
Well, I wouldn't.
It's PvP, so I mean, luck had something to do with it.
No, but it was more around that time when things like IEM and such were creeping up. Like Huck probably doesn't want to reveal a lot of builds, right? So,
Was it?
Yeah, towards the
I
end.
don't remember talking about that at all.
Well, maybe I'm mistaken. I'm misremembering timelines. But usually, I mean, the thing is, like, when you see someone like Huck fall 3-0 to someone like Desrow, not calling Desrow bad, and it's absolutely within the potential of his
Oh, I remember what happened. No, you weren't even casting, were you?
I wasn't casting that, no. So
Yeah, it was me and Fear Dragon. So he like,
Fear Dragon.
So the first game he does like a proxy 2 get after asking if he should. and it seemed like he felt a little too confident after that. Well, anyways, like mind games aside, I think Desrow was like being a little too. I think he kind of deserved to get to second place last time. Like the finals towards Major probably wasn't his favorite moment in the world because
you know what? No, back this up. You know what that was? That was a humble brag, is what that was. He's like,
humble brag.
I got kind of lucky, but you know, it's just second place, no big deal. And I 3-0'd Huck, no big deal. It's just a luck, you know. It happens.
3-1 Huck. Can you get this correct?
Whatever. I can cast it.
2-gate 1. I'm just saying.
2-gate plus 1 equals 3. Got it. Okay. Anyways,
what?
Eric takes a third base up here towards the north. I like this. Expanding towards your opponent's never fun, but the reality is either base is kind of exposed. If Desrow were to go for something like a 4-gate, like an 8-gate, but
no, F the space, right? Because you can put that pylon up on the high ground and warp in. Ugh.
I kind of like this one better than the other one down here to the south. I just feel like
oh no, for sure. But both just kind of suck, you know. It's not Nimbus. I'm just saying.
Nimbus. Oh.
Or wait, Fox.
Oh,
no,
both silly thirds. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Deadwings is okay because you can choose which one, I guess, and have a better one decisively depending on your opponent in their race. But
as we're opening up with a Stargate, we saw, what did we see? An Oracle and a Void Ray. That was the last time we did it. Yep. Very well.
But that was like that offensive Void Ray, right? Like the one you get because you're scared of.
Yeah.
It was less like this really cool. I'm going for an all-in Void Ray.
No, it's never that unless you're Arthur, who's streaming again, by the way. So if you need your daily dose of 5 Void Rays sniping a lair.
It's 4 and sometimes 3 with a Mothership Core. I don't know where you're getting 5 from. Have you even cast Arthur before? Do you even know what you're talking about? What is this, amateur hour? Who do they have me casting with? This is ridiculous. Give me my agent.
Dude, you wish you had an agent. Oh my god. But no, seriously. Actually, it's not going to be an Oracle and a Void Ray at all. It's going to be a Phoenix opener.
Okay, this is what I would expect out of Desrow, though, truthfully. Where you go for like the 5 Phoenix opener. Or hell, he might even just go for the 3 Phoenix opener, given the fact that it's merry-go-round. But the point is, like, this kind of leads towards that more macro-centralized game. But I don't think this takes Erik out of his comfort zone, because usually what this does is it forces the Zerg player into Hydras, into Roaches or Lings, and into, of course, eventually Vipers and whatnot. So I don't think this is a terrible idea, but it's not like he gets a distinct advantage doing this.
No,
I would love I would love 3 stop and then 8 gate.
Well, the pro's seeping into you, bro. Can you just stop?
Sorry. Yeah, just that all in. It's like Sauron, you know, when every time Frodo puts the ring on, every time you all in, you become like more and more like susceptible to.
Oh wow.
to the power.
Ooh. You know what I really
hold up, the ring cloaks you like a mothership? Oh my god.
Well, okay. You know that do you remember that analogy with Pokemon? You don't have to say it on stream because I think it was kind of like PG-13, but PG-13. If you can remember the analogy with Pokemon at I Am Toronto, can you like please write it down? Because we're being hilarious. Not the soberest. God, no! No! Okay,
if you can
fine.
remind me what the conversation was, maybe I remember it later. But
oh god,
Hydra's Den coming out. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You go over the Phoenixes, you bait out Hydras. But this is what we saw Erik do in game number 1. It's something he's clearly comfortable with. I highly doubt he's going to struggle, especially against these Phoenix.
Like the Warp Prism. You just cleared it. It's kind of like the Viking and a drops for a Terran. Phoenix into Warp Prism for the Protoss. Pretty dirty stuff. Yeah, the Phoenix also are very good at scouting, obviously. They haven't really picked anything up, which, you know, as we talked about before, one we've actually identified an all-in, that 8-gate that Griffin was talking about was, if the Phoenix don't pick anything up, be a little suspicious, you know? As we know, it's actually not the all-in. He's getting Colossus behind it.
I like the Warp Prism and all these other wonderful things, but check out chat real quick. Godhammer just made you punch me in the face. You, like, uppercutted me over the moats.
I like you.
Godhammer, that hurts, man. Okay, so here's the thing. These can actually kill the Hydras pretty quickly, pretty easily, pretty efficiently. The Zealot's going to do lots of damage no matter what, but Desrow kind of like just F's off.
He thinks there's a Spore Crawler.
There is a Spore Crawler. It's hidden by the Overlords, I guess, but I mean, like, he could have killed way more Hydras, I feel. There's no reason to ditch his Zealots, and he's continuing to produce even more. This is a little bit funny to see, because of Joey Turn in the past, but players like Monty who have done this.
Warp in a Sentry. Do it.
I don't think the Sentry would make it to that ramp, truthfully.
It'd be a very long, stressful race for it, but it could happen.
That's true. One Phoenix will not go down to that Spore Crawler. 1 HP for the win.
Focus it.
Nice.
Bob, there it goes.
Yeah, he's bleeding a couple overlords too, but here comes more Hydras, and quite frankly, Desrow, with 5 Phoenix still standing, he could actually kill the Hydras, but
maybe stop now. I feel like this other, well, maybe not, maybe not. He's still producing Phoenixes. I don't think we really like talked about this, but usually you stop at 5 or even 6, but he's been producing up to, I think that's a total of 8, where like 3 died. It's pretty insane. It's pretty cray-cray. Getting a third, getting a Twilight Council, so he's expanding off of this. And honestly, like, just Zealots, 2 to 3 Phoenixes, a lot of Hydras went down, and a lot of Overlords. That was probably better for Desrow.
I was thinking a third behind this. This is always a little bit of a scary thing to see when you see, like, every single building coming down at the same time, because there's nothing to cover it, nothing to protect it. But 2 cannons is nice. What he's forced his opponent into, of course, he's got Colossus for, so... I mean, everything Desrow has right now, I think, is kind of like the right moves, but we'll see if he can actually use any, because despite the drops and the dedication to the Phoenixes, like, he's trading out a lot of army for army, and that's great, but he hasn't exactly racked up the drone kills. 3. Oh.
No.
4. Oh, 5, 6. Oh.
But he's doing very well, and compared to the units, the resources lost. So
yeah, like his damage is good. His damage is good versus his army. He's killing off queens, but I mean, the thing is, it's kind of he's killing things that are easily replaced. Like instead
the
of barely
Hydras
killing...
earlier on were not easily replaced, but the Lings and drones certainly were.
Oh, I'm sorry. So what are these things coming down the middle of the map then? Are they?
He killed a bunch of Hydras in that initial attack. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like the 20.
Those are really expensive.
The 20 things here. What are they called? I don't.
Yeah, but that's not going to do as much damage as it would have
roaches?
had he attacked when he wanted to.
Are these roaches?
I think he actually does some damage. Right now, Desrow has enough Colossus and enough force fields. The attack won't do anything. But scary is a mutagen again. That worked out for him last time, so I don't know. He might do it again.
Yep.
Are you laughing at your own jokes?
What? No. So Blink's on the way. The Colossus can take some good positional plays here. The Roach Horn's so late. It's a bit awkward to say that because Roaches are kind of good at any point in the game. But
oh god,
that he's not gonna. Oh, what was that, Erik? Whoa. If you ever want to see someone throw a game, you'll move Command Hydras into Colossi. What? Now he's got the Phoenixes hunting this down. All he has to do is Graviton beam them. He doesn't even need to kill them. Just Graviton beam them, let his ground units kill them.
Oh god, and the Muta switch isn't going to work out nearly as well as it did last game.
Okay, so when I was making fun of the Hydras earlier, this is where you would rub in my face. You'd be like, what Hydras, Rifkin? What Hydras? Because I mean, it's just... Yikes. That stings. That really does sting. Erik's got a pretty nice bank of minerals, but he doesn't have the gas of the world to make anything, I say, efficient right now.
Muta's trying to win the game with Mutas, but Desrow's in such a better position. Like, Desrow had, like, a bunch of Blink Stalkers, like, right in King Sejon game, but, the situation was so different. Now he has a Stargate. Now he has, like, a much more commanding army. Like, he's actually attacking right now, where the Muta count's only at, like, 12.
He's expecting the Muta transition, though. He's going for the Free Beacon. So he's going to be able to have those Anion Pulse
Free Beacon?
Free Beacon. Free-to Beacon. He'll be able to have, Fleet Beacon. He'll be able to have the Anion Pulse Crystals necessary to deal with the Muta transition, which is, quite frankly, like, I think that's what really hurt him on, like, King Sejon game. Like, he didn't have any way to deal with the Mutas and use the Stalkers efficiently at the same time. Now the Phoenixes will fill that role. The Phoenixes were, like, the missing link, and they're going to work really nicely this game. The Colossus are a bit awkward, not getting a lot done, but let's be honest, guys. The army supply is 93 over 62. Upgrades in the favor of Desrow. That's never a position you want to find yourself in. 10 spine crawlers are coming down here in the natural. Desperation.
That army that died to the non-A move, that was the army that kept that King Sejon game going until he had a good number of Mutalisks. Right now, he has... What does he have?
Okay.
He has 14... Really, actually didn't even need to recall against those amount of mutas. Like the militia core wasn't with the base, so I guess he did have to.
But yeah, the Phoenix is being whatever. It doesn't matter. Point is, the mutas are not going to be able to get much of any damage done. Yeah,
Desrow is not going to attack again, as we learned, because he totally called it on us, right? Like, he's afraid of pushing in on creep against Zerg, because you never know what's actually like they're hiding. Like, he probably knows he's in a good position after killing so many Hydras, but if there's 50 mutas instead of the 15 he thinks, like, that's a big mistake to make.
Dude, so you know how, like, deaths always come in threes?
Yes.
Yo, Joan Rivers and now Betty White. Who's next?
Well, Betty White died?
Apparently. 92 dies peacefully. You know,
No, that was Robin Williams, right? Robin Williams, Joan Rivers, and
oh, that was just too long ago.
it wasn't that long ago.
The threes always come like together, man. Like together.
Dude, I don't believe you. I don't see it on Yahoo News. No, it's a hoax. Yes, she's not dead.
Maybe.
Still kicking.
Maybe.
Okay, well, whatever.
Well, I'm just saying because like in this series too, it's a best of 3 here. Deaths come in threes.
I don't know.
Desrow's mineral count 3 seconds ago was divisible by 3.
Stop. No. Okay then. So Eric's finally got them their mutas. Only 20 though, not really. Not still a whole lot. The corruptor count's actually pretty great, but it's just like the ground army of Desrow is still so good.
I was hoping you would believe me so badly, by the way.
What, you believed it? Don't even try that on me.
No, dude. Okay, whatever. Anyways, the Phoenix count is like way too high to deal with. The problem is like with the corruptors, normally you get that muta corruptor count, you can kind of dance between the two. You throw down the corruptors in between the mutas, but there's too many stalkers still standing is why this won't work. Most of the time, you've got your opponent completely out of position, but Desro's going to be able to blink with the high ground. He'll bring in the Phoenixes to swoop. Hell, the Phoenixes might actually be able to kill the corruptors. There's no armor upgrades here for the air.
Yeah, there's just so many Phoenixes too. Like, the Lings try and counterattack, but that one Zealot is a boss. He's a boss. Held the line perfectly.
You know, there's a lot of times we make fun of Zealots for not being able to hold that position, even though they've like trained for hundreds of years to do so, etc. But good job, man. Good job, Mr. Zealot.
Ultra transition again?
You'll be Artanis in no time.
Again, the Ultra transition, it did not help out in the King's Age on game. Even though, I mean, it might have, but you know, he's already winning otherwise. He has like 300 gas. It's one Ultra.
Can't Graviton beam up an Ultra.
I'm just saying. That's where the strat comes in.
But see, okay, this is why this is so silly. There's so many Phoenixes. The Corruptor armor is so high. I mean, look at this. He doesn't need to fight the Corruptors. He actually managed to bulldog through the Corruptors on top of the Mutas, but still chooses to fight the Corruptors because you know what? He can.
Yeah, and even though a lot of Phoenixes go down each time the Mutas swoop back in, the Mutas are dying so quickly. I mean, jeez. They don't make as big an explosion as Phoenix is dying. That's why it looks not as good. But a Fungal is probably would have been better than Ultras. Really, we always
still catch so many of these Lings. You know, I love that Desrow never went more than 3 Colossus. There's so many times we see players overinvest in the wrong units and have the wrong composition. But I gotta tell you, Desrow's playing this to a T. Like he's got the right units of what he needs. He's losing some sentries over here, but big freaking whoop. Honestly, he could lose those for supply.
Okay, they live. That's fine. That's good. Yeah, the 5. There we go. 5 Ultras coming out is actually maybe a little bit of a scary number if an entire surround, like with Fungals, for instance, went down to the Stalkers. Maybe the Ultras are scary, but you know, being kited, using the high ground advantage on America round, using Blink, of course, as well. That means that the Ultras are kind of like they're so expensive. If they die without doing enough damage, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't matter. The Mutas all just died out. Lost half of them for the cost of that one Colossus. I mean, the Phoenixes clean up the rest. Blink Stalkers can actually deal with Ultras
pretty good. Yeah, not the Lings too though. Like he has to definitely steal Kite.
7 DTs being warped in right now. Another 3 over here on the left side, most of the map, and it's just this is Desrow's game to lose. I don't know how he loses unless he like move commands like Erik move commanded. Shots fired. There's no way for Desrow to really lose this. I feel.
Yeah, and again, no Overseer.
DTs,
no Overseer on the map.
You can like hold position the DTs like a force field. Like keep the Stalkers safe.
Even without the DTs, the Ultras just they weren't really going to be what he needed. Like the Stalkers are doing such good trades with them. Behind this, Desrow of course still producing back. Like he's not stopped producing. I guess that's one way he could have died. He'd start banking like a Bronze League player, but he's not going to do that. he's pretty good pro gamer. And Erik, well, his consolidation is that it's not a qualifying match. So.
Yeah, I mean it's going to lead towards seeding, and these guys will certainly probably see each other again later. But man, these Stalkers getting wrecked. I just want to say.
Yeah, okay, that wasn't the best ever, but that's okay.
I kind of feel like it doesn't matter though.
Yeah, me too.
Like, 5 killed the Stalkers. Good job. But what about those?
4 going on 5 bases. He can warp in 10 Stalkers at a time too.
No, look at this. All Desrow has to do is keep the Stalkers alive to kill the Overseer, and that's it. Hell, the Phoenixes will do that. These DTs will win the game.
Yeah, he doesn't have an Overseer.
Well, so I'm saying, even if he did, it wouldn't matter. The DTs, like, there's nothing that's gonna detect him.
Just kill the
Oh
ultras.
my god, that ultra died so violently! Oh!
Which DT's better, the scythe or the like arm blade?
I like the scythe.
Me too.
The arm blade's kind of like you're just punching it, like
Like a drone.
I'm gonna punch you so hard.
Ugh. Oh, the blade. I mean, that's.
I like that sound effect, right? That's like a Rocky sound, like Adrian, Adrian. Like, all right.
Oh, the slow death.
The spore
The
crawler
slow
provides
death.
detection. The spore crawler provides detection.
Doesn't matter. We're 7 DTs. Their output of damage is so big. Like whatever.
Look, he can detect the DTs now. Okay.
Now he's good. Now he's gonna win.
I think Erik has got a comeback coming.
As long as he stays near that one spore crawler.
Look, the ultras are so big they can never focus fire down. I still think Phoenixes should be able to work together to collaborate to lift up a massive unit, but GG. Well played. Desrow not only kicks ass today and wins every single match, he even takes the one that is his placement series. So super congratulations to him. Untouchable.